Here's a nice, beautiful yoga routine specifically designed for dressage riders. It's here to help you improve your posture so that you can improve your symmetry so that when you're in the saddle you feel much more balanced.
I will go with you. Watch the ocean kiss the moon.
To begin with comes so you're sitting cross-legged on the floor. Now if you find this is too much for your knees or your hips, you can place a cushion underneath your bottom to prop it up and allow your legs to be further out in front of you. Otherwise, just let yourself get comfortable and check that both seat bones are centered on the floor. And take a big deep breath up. Think of drawing your shoulders right up by your ears, sliding them right back and then dropping them down away from your ears. Think of drawing your armpits down towards the ground and lengthening through the back of your neck, creating that nice posture through our upper body. Then going to take a little stretch through our neck. Let your head rest to one side and then over to the other side. Close your eyes if you want and just feel that nice stretch all the way through the side of the neck. Then come back up and across. And one more. This time when you come over to the side, reach the hand up and over and get a long stretch through the side of the body. Think of lifting the ribs away from your hips as you draw your hand up over your head, but keep the seat bones anchored on the floor. Then a sweep around to the front and then over to the other side. Let your eyes go down to the bottom hand as you draw the shoulder up and over. We'll do one more on each side, so a big sweep across. Reach the hands over. Check that your body's staying aligned, so try not to let your shoulder pop in front. Imagine you're sliding between two glass walls and your shoulders are stacked above each other. Anchor the seat bone and then lift your ribs up and away from your hips. Come over to the other side and again. Often this is where we can feel one side of our bodies tighter than the other. Really try and find that evenness by doing your yoga to help improve both of your sides. It's all about alignment. From there, bring your hands behind you, draw your fingertips back, and then just think of drawing the shoulders back, taking the eyes up to the sky. Then do the opposite of that, tuck your chin to the chest and really round out through your back. So think of tucking your tail under, rounding out through your lower back as you draw the fingertips forward. And try that again, hands behind your back. So really just starting to bring some movement through our spine. And then tuck the chin to the chest again, round out through the lower back. And draw the fingertips forward, tuck the chin in. Beautiful, we're going to bring ourselves up. So we're onto all fours. Join your toes together and take your knees wide and then sit your bottom back over top of your heels. We're going to inhale, travel forward, allow yourself to come forward and into an up dog. Just gently loosening up the back. Join the toes as you sit back into child's pose. And when you're here, think about really reaching your hands forward and lowering your armpits right down to the ground. If you need to, shuffle your knees a little bit wider. And glide yourself back up again. Exhale, lower the hips and open into up dog. So here, if this is too much, you can come down onto your elbows. What we're trying to do is just really open up through our chest. No matter where you are, I want you to see if you can just look over one shoulder and bring a bit more of a stretch through one side of your body. And then over to the other side. Just feel that gentle pull through the front of the body. And back to the middle, draw the shoulders back and down, and then slide back into child's pose again. We're going to do that one more time. Just take a breath in, glide forward, exhale, lower, roll the shoulders back, look ahead. Now squeeze the bottom and see if you can lift up even higher into this. And then look over to the side. Feel that stretch through the front and the side, and even more intense. Again, totally okay to be on your elbows, and you can look straight ahead if this is too much. And come back to the middle, glide back, child's pose. We're going to bring ourselves up from here into down dog. So start first, tucking your toes underneath, lifting yourself up, keep your knees bent to begin with. Then think about drawing your chest towards your thighs. Now down dog isn't about having straight legs, but what it is about is drawing your heels towards the floor, so we're not on our tippy toes. It's the feeling of directing your heels down to the ground. And by doing that, you'll feel the length come through the back of the legs. But at the same time, you're drawing your chest towards your thighs. So if it's too much with that, you can really just bend your knees a lot to allow yourself just to hold this position. And the more you do it, the easier it'll become, and the more you'll be able to find the edges of it. So from here, we're going to step our left foot through between our hands. Ground your back heel so it's on a 45-degree angle. Then inhale and reach yourself up nice and high. You're going to reach the fingertips up to the sky. Then exhale, bring your hands back down to the ground, pivot back onto your toes onto the back leg, and then come back to down dog again. Bend your knees, draw the chest towards the thighs to really help flatten the upper back. And now we're going to bring the right foot through between the hands. Ground the back heel, breathe in and bring yourself up. Even though the back heel is grounded, you want to try and keep your hips pointing forward. Then inhale and lift up. Breathe and soften. And exhale, come back down, pivot onto your toe on the back leg and bring yourself back again. I'm going to do one more on each side. So step the foot forward. If it doesn't make it all the way forward with one swing, just drop down onto your knees, use your hand to bring that leg forward, heel underneath your knee, then lift yourself up. Ground the back heel, and if it's too much with a really wide stance, just shorten it a little bit. Adjust it so that it suits you, and then try and find that nice long spine. Draw the shoulders back. As you do that, slide your shoulder blades back down towards your back pockets. And hand comes down. Step back, down dog. Other side. Ground the back heel. Inhale and lift yourself up. Big stretch. Open up. Square the hips so they're pointing the same direction as your face and shoulders. And hands back behind your ears. Think of lengthening your arms all the way up to the sky. And bring that hand back down and glide back to down dog again. I'm going to place our knees onto the ground. Release your toes. Take a big deep breath in and reach yourself up nice and high. From here, sweep your hand around and place it into the small of your back. Squeeze your bottom and lean yourself back to get a stretch through the front of the body. Now, if you want to take this further, your hand comes behind and takes a hold of your heel. But if it's too much, just stay here and lift up high. You can also place a cushion underneath your knees if you need as well. Let's think of finding height. We're trying to lengthen out through the front of our torso. Take it over to the other side. It's important that you really squeeze your bottom because it helps protect your lower back. And take your eyes back as far as feels comfortable. Keep squeezing the bottom and reach. And do one more on each side. Come over and back. Beautiful, and back. When we spend too much time at a desk, in a car, sitting down, we can become really collapsed through the front of our body. And so the first lot of these exercises has just been about opening the front of your body, helping to improve that posture. Bring both hands all the way up. Exhale, bring yourself down. We're going to lower right down onto the ground. We're going to keep working on opening the front of our body for that good posture. So allow your head to rest down onto the floor. Now roll your shoulders right back away from your ears and have your hands so they're underneath your shoulders. Now squeeze your elbows really tight in by your side as you squeeze your bottom, but you keep your toes on the floor. So basically everything is working through the back of the body. Keep the back of your neck lengthened and lift your chest. But can you lift it without using your hands? So your hands are just there, resting on the floor. Keep lifting the upper body. Then exhale and lower back down again. I'm going to do that again. Breathe in, lift the chest, keep the back of the neck long, look down, keeping the hands just there for a little bit of support. And lower. This time we're going to make this a little bit more intense by bringing your hands out to the side. Take them on a 45-degree angle. Turn your thumbs up. Lengthen the back of your neck. Keep your bottom squeezed. Take a big deep breath in and now lift everything up. And then lower back down again. Back of the neck is long. Inhale. Lift up. Keep the arms long and lower. We're going to do two more. Legs strong, anchor them down. And last one. Beautiful. Take a little wee stretch by allowing your right hand to come around to your forehead. Left hand takes a hold of your left foot. We're going to kick our leg back and feel that open through the chest. As a gentle release. Flex your foot, so draw your toes down to the ground so you can have a nice strong grip with your hand. Let's switch it over to the other side. Toes down, lift up. One more movement for our upper body posture. Both hands out in front. Again, thumbs are up. Anchor your feet on the floor. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your bottom. We're going to inhale, lift, and we're going to squeeze our shoulders down by our side. Exhale and lower back down again. We're going to do 10. Squeeze the elbows down, reach out and lower. So the back of the neck stays really long. We're working through the muscles of our upper back. Breathe in, squeeze back, down and release. Squeeze your elbows really tight by your side. You've got 5 more. Nice long, strong arms. Lift your torso as high as you can. Keep your feet anchored on the ground. Up and back. 2 more. And last one. Beautiful. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Glide yourself back and just counteract all of that work that we've just done for our spine by coming into a nice deep child's pose. Really reach your hands forward. Allow your armpits to drop down to the ground and rest your head. to bring ourselves around onto our back. So roll yourself down. Come on down. So we've opened the front of the body, we've strengthened the upper back muscles. Now we're just going to activate our glutes to help open up our hips, the base of our spine. So from here, glide your heels in nice and close to your seat bones. Check that you can touch your heels and have them so they're hip width apart. Then tuck your tail underneath you, lengthen the back of your neck, and then squeeze your bottom and rise up. So really just thinking about lifting your hips as high as you can, having the weight even through both heels. This is great for helping to activate your glutes, your lower back, which often goes to sleep when they've been in a chair too long. And they help stabilize us in the saddle. Go 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Beautiful. Then bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a wee hug. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. Take both hands between and hold your shin as you pull everything in towards you. And you'll feel a nice deep stretch in through your glutes here. I'm going to make this stretch a little more intense. So if this is enough for you, stay here. But otherwise, with your right foot, we're going to let it glide over to your left. Let that land on the ground, keeping it still hooked up on the other thigh. And then take your eyes the other direction and feel this really open up through your glutes, into your lower back, around your hips and into your ITB. And if you want to make this a little bit deeper, place your hand on your knee to draw that down further. Close your eyes and just breathe here for a few moments. Let's take it over to the other side. Lift up, so unhook the legs first. Place the other one up on the other side, reach through the keyhole and bring it all down towards you. Think of looking down towards your chest with your neck, so your neck's nice and long, tucking your chin in. Now you can either stay here or make that stretch that little bit further by letting everything roll over to the side and taking the hand the other way. If you want, rest your hand on top of your knee and gently pull that down to the ground at the same time. Then just close your eyes. Just let the body drop down into the stretch. Come back around to the middle. Finish off by giving the body a really good hug. Tuck the chin to the chest, squeeze the knees. Then exhale. Drop the feet down onto the ground, let your knees fall together, take your hands wide and just take a few moments to be really still. Start by taking a couple of exaggerated big breaths in, really filling your lungs up to their highest point, and then completely empty them. Do that again, one more time, a big deep breath up. Fill your belly, Then exhale and let everything drop down again. Allow your breath to find its own natural rhythm, thinking of breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Take your awareness to the whole outside edge of your body. Feel it become stiller and steadier. And then start to bring your awareness to where your breath goes in your belly. Feel it travel in through your nose. Feel it expand your ribs and fill your belly. Feel the top of your breath. And then feel the breath empty. Each time you breathe, think of bringing in a warm, energizing breath in and a de-stressing breath out. Use every breath out to release tension and allow yourself to drop deeper and deeper into the ground. Just keep watching your breath. Keep watching it flow in and flow out. And any time you feel your thoughts become rapid again or you get distracted, just know that it's okay and then come back to your breath. This simple technique is about helping your mind have an anchor. It's about helping you to stay present and in the moment. Because when we share our life with horses, they require us to stay present. We're asking them to avoid distraction and stay with us. They need the same from us as well. And so these little simple meditation practices at the end of your yoga is about training your mind, just like we train a muscle. Because as much as we want to be physically fit, we also want to be mentally fit. Have the mind fitness to stay present, to be able to avoid distraction. Let's bring ourselves up and out of this position, so give your legs a nice big hug, squeeze them in towards your chest. And then just take your time to bring yourself up to a sitting position however you can. Let yourself come around. Just find some height through your shoulders, let them drop down away from your ears. Again, lengthen the back of the neck. When you're ready, open up your eyes. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that. It's so much about training our mind yoga. It's about creating that calmness in amongst the work. And this is what's so important when it comes to riding, because riding is about relaxation, but it's not about just flopping out on a chair. It's the relaxation of our mind while we're staying present and able to move with the horse. And that's what we owe to our horses, and that's why this is so powerful, to be working on your physical and your mental fitness of your horse. I hope you enjoyed that. Keep up the great work and enjoy your riding.